Hey, welcome back to the garden. Let's see what's growing other than the giant pile of weeds behind me. So the biggest thing that's happened this week is I finally got the wood around that new raised bed done. And the second one's kind of in progress. The original wood isn't exactly the same size as the new wood. So I'm having to go through with a shovel and I'm going to dig out that column all the way down there in order to make space so I can actually attach it, because you can see there's kind of a gap there between where the new wood and the old wood was, which is going to turn it into something that looks a lot like this, where there's just a pile of dirt in the middle, and I'm going to run a cultivator over that and mix it all in. So that's part of what's been going on. So you can see here the lemongrass is not doing that great. It really needs to be watered more than it has been. Sweetheart, water the lemongrass. The Swiss chard, this thing has been growing for over a year now. I've harvested some and the dehydrator's running, so you can see it got cut off where some leaves got harvested. But it's still going great. I need to harvest more and run it through a dehydrator. Actually, might put some of that with lunch on Saturday, some Kevin Haystacks. Anyways, chard's doing well. Now, over here, the eggplant are doing surprising things. And they're finally getting bigger, and down here, we got our first actual eggplant fruit starting. Now, I'm not exactly sure what variety of eggplant these are. We've tried a few different things, and these are actually producing, where last year's eggplant did absolutely nothing. And then the end of this bed is just weeds. Over here, we've kind of got our chili laboyo experiment. I wasn't sure how much sun that these chilies would want. I'm talking about these plants here, and over at the end of that bed, there's two. So I planted a couple in the shadier part of the yard over by the house, and some here, and they definitely like the extra light. If I have energy, I may transplant those over here, but next year they're definitely going to be out. Now, these next set of plants, they're called saluyot in the Philippines, and in the rest of the world they're called jute. But basically, in the Philippines, they eat the leaves. The leaves get pulled off. Let me see if I find one that's been harvested. I think this one's been harvested already. Yeah, those have been cut off and harvested, and there's more leaves growing. Supposedly these will self-replicate, and this raised bed is permanently going to be saluyot. Now, in the rest of the world, saluyot is known as jute. So if you have jute, you can eat the leaves. Okay, let's go over and look at the peppers. This next bed is Thai chili peppers, and it's kind of interesting to see the variety in height. Move a little. Like, you can see that pepper there is nice and tall, whereas like this pepper here is shorter than my hand. Now, they were planted, some of these were planted 2 weeks later when I started seeds, so hopefully they'll all catch up. And if we look closely over here, this big guy, we've got the beginning of flowers. So hopefully peppers are coming soon, because I'm actually running a little low on the leftover peppers from last year. And weeding is a constant thing with the garden. Just grab a few while I'm out here. Got some rain last night. Actually been getting rain pretty much all week, so I haven't had to water any of this stuff. Though, as I said, lemongrass should probably get dunked. Here we've got some more Thai chilies at this end, and my volunteer tomatoes. Last year this area had a bunch of cherry tomatoes in it, and apparently I didn't do a good enough job harvesting them, and we've got more cherry tomatoes growing. And these are starting to put on flowers, as you can see. And in a few places, we've got actual fruit starting. So hopefully that'll redden up. But there's lots of little flowers growing. This is probably denser than it should be, but they're entirely volunteer plants that I wasn't expecting, and I'm just going to be thankful for free plants. Yeah, there's some more tomato flowers. And then over here, you've got the chili laboyas that were put in the shade, and you can see they're kind of short still. And tomatoes. Now, tomatoes in most of the world, they're advertised that they like full sun. Texas sun's a bit intense, so that's why these are planted next to the house, so they're shaded in the afternoon. And they're starting to put on their first flowers, if you look in there. And that one's, this guy's got some flowers too. And same there. Now, these were a determinate variety that I planted. I'm actually not sure if I can clone determinants, because like that is a nice big sucker there that I could potentially plant. But I haven't been keeping up on any of the maintenance on these. They haven't been getting trimmed or pruned at all. Just kind of letting them go in their cages. That's pretty much it for this week. And you go feed the chickens. Have a good day, and if you aren't already gardening, you probably should be. Okay, I was just editing this video together and realized I forgot something. Walk over here. Ironically, we've still not used that picnic table. Anyways, the calamansi tree. And as you can see, it's getting bigger. And we've got no fruit or anything, but here, let me stand next to it. If I can prop up the phone. Try to prop up the phone. Okay, that's not gonna work. So, you can see, it's basically that high off the ground. It's getting pretty big. So hopefully someday we'll get fruit off that. And I need to weed it.